But do you think
God
like
damn.
do you think technology is actually slowed down, or is it? I got something in my shirt. I just
I
took it.
don't.
You
I
think
don't
it's
think
like
so.
slowed down? Because
I don't.
from like the '90s to like 2010, like that 30 year, like so
That
much
jump.
shit. Yeah, like so much shit happened
Right.
from like the '90s to the 2010, to
Yeah, because we
2010.
literally went from like VHS to DVD
Like
to Blu-ray to digital,
maybe because we're
like that
in
in an
it, we're
instant.
not really taking it in. But like, are those like kind of advances kind of happening at that fast too, or is this shit
Yeah,
kind of slowed down? I don't know.
I
I'm trying to
think
think about it.
I
You know what I'm
think
trying to
right
say?
now, no, I get it because we're like at that point we was moving so fast to different like mediums and different forms so quickly. I think right now we kind of getting like more refinements within the technology space faster. I don't think we're moving to new like digital form
Yeah,
or like different spaces as fast as we were. But right now it's like the refinements are coming faster and faster. Like even the
yeah,
whole like gaming shit with these like portable PCs, like that was unfathomable like
yeah. Definitely,
five,
definitely.
6 years ago. Now them
I
shits
know.
is coming out like
That's what I'm
every few
saying. You
months.
know
I'm like,
what?
what the fuck?
I guess, like when the decade comes by, Jmaine, then we look back like 10 years ago, like yo,
Yeah.
like what really happened in those 10 years in technology? Because I just be thinking back, just like I said, to like just even 2000 to 2010, 2015, like so much shit
Mm-hmm.
like went down, bro, between those years in terms of like tech shit. Maybe like I said, maybe
Right.
because I'm mans are in it, mans are just in it, so we're not really taking it in just yet until you probably have to sit down and look back and be like, yo,
Yeah.
like a lot of shit has changed for real, bro.
So
I
we
feel
got the
like there's a lot.
self-driving cars.
You know
Like,
what I've noticed, that shit, a lot of, maybe not in the tech stuff, maybe, but in society, like social norms. That's like one thing
oh
that
yeah,
has
that's definitely
really
moving.
changed. That's what
Yeah.
I could for sure say, like between like the last 10, 15 years, like social norms has completely changed. You
Yeah.
know what
And
I'm
that shit
saying?
we live in every day. So we definitely notice that as it's
Yeah, we
changing.
noticed
Like
that. Yeah, we noticed that for real, for real. Like shit that you could get off 10, 15 years ago, or
it's
even
over for
even fucking
that.
5 years ago, bro. Like, yo, that shit has changed around here, bro. Shit has changed. A lot of social norms has definitely changed. That was acceptable back then versus now. You know what I mean? So
2020 actually advanced a lot of shit too. Like it kind of forced certain things to be advanced in the social norms situation. But like even in the tech space, it like shot a lot of shit advanced, knowing that like people could work from home, people could like work for
exactly,
themselves,
exactly.
people could do things on their own. Like that was like, oh, that was a big eye opener for not only the good night, the hell. Somebody in the chat said good night. Is that a greeting
Shout out to
or
Tim. Shout
you
out to
out?
Tim. Yo, Tim. I believe you're one of the folks that won the DualSense controller. Nev got his today. One
Yeah,
of the
that
other winners
controller's
got
so
his
fire
today.
though.
So you guys keep a lookout. You guys should be receiving it in the next
That's the
couple of
LeBron
days.
joint, right?
The LeBron one, yeah. So all the winners of
Yeah.
that, y'all should be receiving it in the next couple of days. So keep a lookout in the
All
mail
right.
for that joint. All right. But yeah, J May, man. Let's go ahead and get the podcast started. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir, man.
Another episode of Good Gaming. Welcome, welcome. Shout out to everyone who's tuning in. I hope everybody is having a fantastic evening. I want to shout out a couple people in here before we go ahead and officially start. Say something in the chat, man. Let your presence be known. And I'm going to go ahead and shout you out. DrewTube, what's up? Sir Dre, what's good? The Sly Crow, what's up? Jern Stamps. Shout out to all the channel members. I really appreciate it. Arcade. Gaming from Canada, definitely. I believe you're also a winner of the DualSense controller. Keep an eye on the controller. And I did message you on Patreon. Go ahead and take a look too. I did see your message on Patreon, so go ahead and take a look.
Oh yeah, gaming from
Benji,
Canada. You AKA your burner account. Yeah, I know.
get out of here! Get out of here!
Yeah, you
Yo.
want to make sure you
Yeah,
have two on the side. Like,
y'all wanna put the rigged allegations on me so bad, bro.
where
Dismal
that
Dave,
account came
what's up?
from, man? That's crazy.
Retromatic, what's good? What's good? Blaze Pyro, Leaky, what's good? Not trying to be famous. What's up? What's up? What's up? Who else up in here? Salazar, Naruto 52, what's good? Cloud, what's up? What's up? What's up? Who else in here, man? Poles, what's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out to everyone tuning in. Definitely gonna have some great conversations as we do every single week on the podcast. But before we dive into that. Jmaine, how's your week? How's your week been?
Oh, it's actually been lovely because
That's
of course
good.
we had the 3-day weekend because of the Labor Day
Oh yeah.
holiday.
Uh-huh.
So we had Monday off. Kind of did a little cookout with the family on Sunday, so we was turned up. That day, and then got drunk as fuck or whatever. Day off the next day. See,
J-
now when I get drunk, I need an extra day recovery. You know
I was
what
just
I
about to say, like, your days is coming to an end, bro. Like, them drunk nights, watch, your body's not gonna
It's
be able to handle it, yo.
Nah,
Like,
dog. It's over. It's over. Especially when I be trying to mix shit. That shit be bad, bro. I don't even know why I do it to myself. But all of Monday I spent recovering. But I got a lovely text message
okay,
from my boss that day when well, I can't, it's lovely for me. I don't know. I hope everybody all right. But there's pretty
the
much been an
vid,
outbreak of COVID.
the
Yeah,
vid, the vid.
COVID is back and popping. So they was like, if you got the ability to work from home, stay your black ass home. So I was like, fuck it. So I've been home working from home all week. Um, Chilling in the crib in my drawers, working on my computer, doing my
That's
thing.
dope.
So
That's
yeah,
dope.
man, I've been having a smooth ass week. Playing some Starfield, some more Final
Okay,
Fantasy.
okay, okay. We're gonna get
Definitely
into
getting
it.
it, definitely getting it in. So yeah, how your week
That's
been going, though, brother?
how's my week? What happened? Just like you had I had the day off. We had the day off. What did I really do, bro? Like the days just be a massive blur these days. Hang with the family
Yeah,
mostly. With the little boy. Um, play some games. Play some games. I
it's the
played some
best
games. I
thing
think
to
you
do.
know what? I think I took a content break too. I don't think I did anything really. I think I took a little content break, so I just played some games that weekend and just
Right.
chilled with the family, yo.
I see you got
Um,
something cooking, got something in the works. You posted a little clip on the timeline.
yes, sir. Yeah, that was it. I was just messing around with some camera edits. I was
Oh,
just messing around with
you're
some camera.
not turning that into a
I'm not.
video?
Maybe I can make something like with the PlayStation One. Like I have another video actually I'm cooking up, but it's not that. I
Oh,
was just playing with, some of my B-roll shots. I'm trying to take it to the next level. Your boy even
that shit was
ordered a
fire.
little. Even ordered a little bit of I ordered a smoker, bro. So the next
Oh
shit gonna go
shit!
crazy. The next shit's gonna go
This nigga,
crazy. I'm
this
trying to get
nigga
into
Kofi
my
turning
artsy
into
bag, bro.
Beyonce.
I'm
Turning
trying to
into
get
the
into my
Beyonce on
artsy
the crumb
bag.
side. This
You know what I mean?
motherfucker going crazy.
Well, I hope people take notice of the effort. But clearly, who would have thought, uploading videos would get more people. Like I've jumped in subscribers, the last
That's fire.
just month. I only really been
Yeah.
trying to go in a little bit harder the last month, and I jumped up in subscribers. I actually might reach that 11K. I might reach it.
Them
Who would have
shorts,
thought,
them
yo?
shorts is helping
Yeah,
out a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. I've been dropping
YouTube
off.
pushing them shits heavy,
Yeah, I've been
heavy.
doing a lot of shorts. Dropped a lot of couple of classic videos. I've been trying to like make videos that are not even like what everybody's talking about. I want videos that kind
Yeah,
of
you got a
could
lot
live
of
on the.
evergreen content,
Yeah. I'm
meaning
trying
that
to
you can
make
watch them shits whenever, and they still
whenever.
what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to.
And
That's
they
like the
still go
goal,
off.
bro. Like, I'm not trying to make for the moment type of videos. I'm trying to make videos that like people could just watch anytime. You know what I mean? So I did one for Motorstorm. People seem to like, and I did one for God of War Ascension. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm debating if I should drop a Killzone video or Infamous video next. But
Nah,
we're gonna
don't
see.
do no kill zone. You wasn't in them kill zone streets, so I don't
Yeah,
need you
because I'm gonna
speaking
yeah
on.
I'm gonna talk
I
a
don't
whole
need.
lot
I
of
don't need
shit.
you.
That's why I'm about to
No,
talk a whole lot of shit.
see, that's
I'm
why I
about
don't
to
need
talk a
you
whole lot
dropping
of shit.
no resistance videos, no kill zone videos from you. You wasn't
Low
in them
key,
streets. I'm
low
gonna need you
key,
to stay off of that.
them slandering videos be doing good in the long run. My Horizon videos gets comments on a weekly basis.
Really,
On God, someone commented today. Go check. I think it was today or yesterday.
really.
Someone commented like it gets
Damn.
comments
Oh,
on
the
a
Forbidden
weekly
West
basis.
video.
Yeah, the Forbidden West video. And they're always like,
Yeah,
"Yo, bro, I agree with you, bro. You so right." Every one of the comments is
yeah.
that. Every one of them.
The Horizon slander is kind of crazy, but yeah, I see it. I be seeing it out there. That
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that might be one of the more polarizing games out there because like they should be selling, but it's like when you talk to a lot of people on the internet, they're like, "Oh, that shit was ass." Like, so
It's
that's
definitely interesting.
interesting.
I think it does have a lot of has a lot of fans, but there's also a lot of people that are not completely 100% sold on the franchise yet. Like once again, I
Right.
think you guys already know how I feel about it, so I'm not going to waste the time. I think it's just the characters could be a little better. I think the whole premise of the game is cool, but I don't know, just something about it that is just missing for me. And it's the same thing typically when I play the Killzone games too. But
That's
I won't get into
crazy.
that today. I won't get into that today. But what you said you've been playing Starfield, Final Fantasy. Me, I've been playing
Yes.
same thing. I've been playing Starfield. What else have I been playing? I'm really early in Sea of Stars, really early, but I've been trying to play that a little bit in bed and while I'm at work when I have the opportunity. And I'm finishing up Armored Core as well. I'm trying to. So those are like the three. That's like my rotation right now. I'm playing those three games.
Okay. Yeah, they
Can you believe Tony got a review coming out for Armored Core 6?
After he was talking shit about it.
Talking so much shit. Kofi, you a hype beats. How you playing Armored Core, bro? This, that is only playing it because of From Software. This joint look mid. He said it all, bro. Apparently, he got a review cooking up.
Oh, man.
And you know what's funny? He loved the game.
Well, I'm about to say, I got to see what angle he coming from first before, you know what I mean? But he loved it. Oh,
he loved the game.
Look at it.
Oh, my God.
Dudes just got to, you know what I mean? You know, if they see
You
something they like,
see,
just, you know what I mean?
What's that record? It's a problem. It's a problem when I do. How does it go?
Oh, yeah.
That's like me. That's like my life. That's like my life. You know what I mean? That's like my life
story. It's a problem when I do it, but if they do it, it's cool or some shit like that.
Yeah, some shit like that. That's just my life story, and I have to just accept that. Then you know what I'm saying? But
nice. You know what you got to do? You got to kind of like put out some tweets, like even when nobody really looking at a game, just put out, oh, that shit kind of look fire, or share a tweet about something. That way, if you get on your hype beat shit, you'll be like, oh, I was tweeting about that shit 2-3 years ago.
But the funny thing, as soon as it was announced, I'm like, oh, okay. First of all, the gameplay looked kind of fire, and it's from Software. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna check it out. I've been on that type of time. At least I wasn't slandering it and ran out to buy it after it got good reviews and people were loving it. Yeah, which I don't think that's a bad thing either.
Tweets from Liza P. I was like, man, I remember I was like looking at that game when they first revealed it. That was, well, I think it was when they first revealed it, but I was looking back at my old tweets. I was like 2021. I was kind of hyping that shit up. So some of the new gameplay,
I was kind of the opposite. You know what? I wasn't shitting on it, but I wasn't like on it like how some people were. I can admit, for when it came to Liza P, I wasn't really on it because, like, first of all, you know, with these like Souls-like types of games from like The Surge, what's that other one? Lords of the Fallen. It's kind of a hit or miss type of situation. You know what I mean? Like those games, it's kind of hit or miss. So once I saw Liza P was trying to be like a clone of Bloodborne, I wasn't really jumping. Like I was like, bro, my whole tune changed once I played it though. When I played it, that's when my whole tune changed. I'm like, okay, I'm on board.
Oh, that's what changed you about it?
That's what changed. Wow. I had to play it. When I played it, I'm like, oh, I'm on board. At first, I'm like, this shit, I'm not really too sure about this.
That's crazy because the demo actually kind of did the opposite for me. Like,
really?
That whole dodge shit that was like really off for me. I was like, I ain't really
for,
feeling it. Yeah, because I'm like, if you're gonna be a From Soft clone or Soulsborne or Souls-like whatever, that's one thing you gotta nail if you're gonna have like that dodge mechanic, and that shit gotta be pristine. And the fact that they didn't have it that way, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be another one of the mid-offs.
yo, the thing is that was like the thing why I was so impressed, Jmaine, because that was like the only issue or thing I had. It's kind of a big issue, but overall I was just so impressed with the performance on PC. The demo had ultra wide support. Visually, I was impressed by how it looked. I know you're playing on that nasty console, so you didn't get my experience.
I can actually run that game on my PC. That's how that shit is definitely well optimized.
That shit looked good. That shit looked good on PC too, bro. I was running that shit max. This shit looked good. I was so shocked.
Nice.
I was so shocked.
Yeah, man.
So I'm like, okay. The only thing I know is like, the dodge is kind of funky. Like I'm timing this right. I'm still getting hit. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
And I did tweet that out, and it seems like a lot of people felt the same way, and they went on to address the issue. So that was like my only complaint with the game. Now Liza P, I'm in there like swimwear day one. I'm in there day one.
They dropped a couple of videos where they showing off like the different combinations of the weapons you could make. Son, like it's some shit that they got. They said it's over 100 combinations of weapons because you have a handle and then you have an actual like the blade or whatever top portion of the weapon you gonna have, and you can mix and match those like crazy, and it will change up your stance. It'll change up how fast you swing. Other attributes of the weapon. Like it's all crazy type of shit. Mad different environment styles. Beautiful. Like this shit is really. We got Bloodborne 2 at the house. Like that's exactly what I'm calling this game.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. Because aesthetically, Bloodborne just got it, bro. That Victorian London shit.
But
That
this
shit, that gothic,
this
that
kind
shit
of
is
got
so
that
fire.
aesthetic. It got that aesthetic too. Like that's what
You
kind of
know,
drew me in at first.
you know what it is? You know what it is? It's the whole puppets theme. I feel like what makes Bloodborne iller, it's not on that type. It's not like this whole puppet theme going on. Like,
Oh,
you
I
know what I'm
kind of
saying?
like that. I like
I
the
think
whole
it's
puppet
cool.
style.
I think it's cool, but I kind of like the whole monsters aspect more, though. I like the monster shit more, to be honest.
I
do
see.
like
I
that
do want to
more.
know like how because the story hasn't seemed to be something that has been the forefront of this game. At least like with
Let's
the
keep
trailers
it.
and
Let's
stuff
keep it a
like
buck,
that.
J man. Come on, nobody care
But
about no
but there's
damn
a
story in this game. Come
the
on, cut it out,
story for
bro.
this could be
Cut it out.
interesting with the whole Geppetto and Pinocchio and all that other
I
stuff.
don't
Like
care.
that stuff could be fire. Like I want
I'm sorry. For
being a
certain games, I don't
Souls-like
care
doesn't
about the
have to
story,
mean-
bro.
But being a Souls like doesn't have to mean the story is ass. I think
I
Sekiro kind of
I
proved
agree.
that.
I agree with
Sekiro
you.
should have changed up the whole narrative of the Souls like has that
You're taking
a
it.
story that we don't care
I
about.
100% agree with you, but I still don't give a shit. Like with certain
Oh,
types of
come
game, bro. With certain
on.
types of game, for
Come
me
on,
personally, I just care about the gameplay.
Nah.
I care about the gameplay, bro.
We
There could
gotta
be
have
no
great
dialogue in that
stories
shit. If the gameplay is
Come
that fire, I'm good,
on,
bro.
man.
Trust me.
What are we
But that's just
talking
that's
about
just
here?
me. That's just me.
You
Look,
should want a
I
great
value
story in all your games,
bro,
You should
for certain
want
types of
that.
games, like obviously if I'm playing like a role-playing game, the story needs to be the hook as well as the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like a role-playing game, I think that's very, very important for like I can't imagine me playing a Persona, like example, Persona 5, if the story was like I didn't find it interesting. You understand what I'm trying to say? Even though the turn-based gameplay is fire. But a game like Bloodborne, a game like Demon Souls,
Those are
like,
role playing games too, though. Those is considered role playing games.
I don't know. It's just I don't know those specific type of game. I see, you're right. They are RPGs. You're right. But yeah, I think I don't know if I'm getting my point across properly. But those type of games, like it's just the emphasis has just always been about gameplay for me. I just want to stat up, fight monsters, stat up make my character
because-
sick, do different builds, and beat bosses, bro. That's all I want to do. I don't really care
Just
for.
imagine if it was
the
a
other
fire
stuff.
story on top of that. Like, just imagine if it was, a story that really captivated you. Plus all of that, nigga, you talk about one of the games of the generations right there. If it has all of that going for it, like, come on. Like,
I definitely feel you.
We,
I definitely
should be
feel
winning
you.
all of
But
that.
I'm not.
you know
Yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
right. You're 100% right. But I'm not mad if it doesn't. I'm just saying I'm not mad if it doesn't. As long as your
Right.
gameplay is amazing. That's why that's why I mainly care about. Like I always say this. I could sit through a game with a mid story with amazing gameplay, but I don't think I could sit through a game that has an amazing story with mid gameplay. You understand that?
I think you can. Like games
I'm trying
like
to think of an
Detroit,
example.
Detroit Become Human. Like the gameplay ain't nothing to
Well,
write home.
okay, but
it's
I
really
feel like
you know,
now we're being very selective. We know the type of experience when we jump into a game like a Telltale game, and you know what I mean. Like I think you kind of being a little selective. Of course, those are the exception, not the rule. You
But
understand what I'm saying?
I think you're kind of making that same case for the Souls likes. You feel like you jumping into those games for the gameplay, so you kind of just like, all right, the story is just gonna be ass. Like I'm not looking for that to be anything to write home about. So I think like the Telltale games and those type of I guess walking simulators or point and click adventures. Yeah, the gameplay is not gonna be all of that, but I think we
Like we
look
walk
past
by,
it,
we
or
walk it. Yeah, we
okay
walk
with
into it because we
the
know it
story
because
is
it's presented.
amazing.
Yeah, it's presented to us as a kind of an interactive type of movie type of situation. More so
Yeah,
than a
I see
game.
what you're
That's
saying.
how I
I see
look
what you're
into it, right? It's presented to us like that. So when I play a game like Life is Strange, when I played The Walking Dead Season 1, Detroit, like I know what I'm getting into. I know it's gonna be like I'm walking around, I'm here for the story type of situation, but I'm just pointing and clicking and making choices. You understand?
Right.
So I'm not really looking for obviously amazing cutting edge gameplay in that. But when I guess when I am playing a From Software game, like a perfect example is Armored Core, right? Jmaine.
Yeah,
I don't know that story. I don't know, bro. That story is told pretty much in voice calls, like Metal Gear Solid voice calls type of situation. But that's like the entire thing. I'm keeping it 1,000. I don't know what I have somewhat idea, but I don't know really much. I'm not really paying attention to the story of that game at all. So I would make that clear if I were like making a review. I'm not really paying attention because I really don't give a shit about that story. But what I do find I'm getting so much entertainment out of it is obviously customizing my mechs, doing these cool builds, and the gameplay. The gameplay is just so fire. So once again, I could sit through a game with a mid story, but it has amazing gameplay, but I can't sit through a game that has maybe a great story, but like the gameplay's mid, it sucks. Like I'll get bored way quicker. That's
Yeah,
just
because
me. That's just me.
gameplay, of course, is definitely king. Gameplay is king. I get what you're saying. I I just think at this point in time, and
You want
the
the
way
whole package. I'm not mad at that.
I
You saying
want,
that
I
you want
want
the
that.
whole.
I
I'm not
want
mad
that.
at anyone who's saying that I want everything to be 100%. Who wouldn't, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mad at that take either, Jmaine. Though I'm not mad at that take. But let's get into.
Let's do it, man.
Some of the topics of the week, man. Let's get into some of the smaller ones, yo. Once again, Jmaine, we are beta testers. We are legit beta testers when it comes to these games. You know
and
what I'm
I
saying?
spent money on this game too. Like that's what makes it so crazy. Like I bought this shit full price. And unfortunately, like you said, we the fucking beta testers.
Yeah, we beta testers. So if you
of course,
guys don't know
about Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yep. So Jmaine, let them know what happened, bro. Let them know what's going on.
Yeah, so Star Wars Jedi Survivor, we're up to patch 7 at this point that just released. And they finally got their act together when it comes to the performance mode on consoles as well as PC, because consoles wasn't the only thing that was kind of struggling to meet its standard. You know what I'm saying? Like PC, of course, you can play with the settings and you can get it to where it's playable to 60 FPS or whatever, but there's also a standard on PC where it should be running how it's supposed to. Consoles, for me personally, the performance mode, I thought it was unplayable. It had too many drop frame rates and too many inconsistencies, especially when you got into like combat and stuff like that. And I thought visually, like the image quality was very soft, which is a issue that Horizon Forbidden West suffered from. So months later, they finally dropped patch 7, and based on a lot of videos that I watched, it looks like it finally has the ability to run at a solid 60 FPS most of the time. There's a little bit of drops, but nothing major.
Okay, that's fine.
For the most of the time. And PC version has added DLSS support. So you get your features like frame generation and all that if you have the graphics card to support it. But this is some bullshit. It's crazy. Like this game should have clearly been delayed because it wasn't ready for prime time. It wasn't. And I think this is a trend that we've seen increase over the years as we've gotten things like patches introduced to the gaming industry. And it's fucked up. It really is, because I think the people that support a game day one should be rewarded. Like we get these developers that get on Twitter and social media and talk about us supporting the game day one if you really want to support the developer. And we do that, and then we get the worst.
You get the worst version of the product. Not even that the product is bad, but like it's the worst version of it.
Yes, the absolute worst version. And it's like, why should we support y'all day one? This is why I'm not like mad at things like Game Pass and like PlayStation Plus, because if you're going to give me the chance to play a game for a low entry price, if you put the game on that service, fine. Because I'm okay with that at this point in the industry, because they give us bullshit. They do stuff like this. So I guess you could say I'm jaded. I don't know, but I'm just okay with shit like that. I'm not here to fight against somebody that's supporting games on Game Pass and shit like that anymore, because the industry is fucked up. The industry it's a bad look, man. So yeah, man. I'll get to this game eventually, but
yeah. You know what happened? Because I really enjoyed the first game. Like I loved it.
Right.
So obviously, when this game was announced, I was really, really looking forward to it. I think this is why I think reviews are good, and for the people just saying buy it and see for yourself, I never roll with that. You know what I mean? I think doing proper research, people getting review copies, and you being a smart buyer is very important, especially if you don't got expendable money to waste like crazy. So I was glad that I heard all the impressions and that like the game wasn't running well. So I didn't buy the joint. I didn't buy this game. But later on, I was itching. I was fiending, Jmaine. I was fiending to give it a try. So I did sign up for a month of EA Premiere. And when I booted it up on PC, it wasn't. It did get some patches by the time I tried it out, but it wasn't where it needed it to be. It wasn't where it needed to be. So I canceled my month for that, and I didn't renew it. So I'm glad to hear that it's finally getting all the features that it should have had. day one. I'm glad, and I think I'm still gonna wait for a Steam sale before I pick this up on PC. I'm not gonna rent it or anything. I'm gonna buy it because the little that I did play of this game,
you better than me.
The little that I did play of this game is it's really good, bro.
At all.
I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that at a discount. I'm gonna buy this joint at a discount.
The discount is on the EA service. That's the discount. Would you get that $15 a month?
I know it's like fake. I know it's like fake owning, but like I kind of like having just like my shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it being tied to a subscription. Like I typically use the subscription services for shit that I'm unsure about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For games that I think that's how I kind of utilize subscription services like Game Pass and the PlayStation stuff. Like for games that I'm not sure about, I'll 100% play it there. But if it's a game that I know is fire that I want, I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
I'm a little bit different. Like if it's a multiplayer game that I'm looking forward to, I'll buy it straight up. Like it's not even a debate. But if it's a single player game that I'm really I guess you can, even if I'm excited about it, like Starfield, like I'm playing that shit on Game Pass, and whether I had a souped up PC or not, I'm playing it on Game Pass. I don't give a fuck. Like as long as it runs like how I want it to run, I'm gonna play it there because I'm not like, all right. So for the game itself, like I don't plan on playing it past a month. Like as long as my subscription is active, like, and I beat it within a month, I'm gonna be all right. But if I am playing it after a month, I'm pretty sure I can get it at a discounted price at that point anyway. So I'm gonna just pick it up somewhere else or something like that. So
I feel you.
That's how I look at these services.
So that's good because I'm glad that they do exist because everyone has their reason for subscribing. Whether you're someone who's on a budget or just you getting a subscription for the kids, right? I know a lot of people actually that just get a subscription for their kids and be like, I'm not buying you games like that, but just play whatever's in here, whatever comes in here, monthly type of situation. I know my brother's like that. He don't buy no games, you know what I mean? But that's
a kid's paradise right there.
Yeah, brother. for parents, you're like, here's like, that.
All the multiplayer games are like free to play, and then you got Game Pass, like, dog.
Like you're kind of nice,
never can be bored.
Yeah, exactly. You go play something in the subscription service. That's why we have it. So I think it's a great value for that. But for me personally, I use it as just a way to test for games that I'm not confident in buying myself. Yeah, that's just how I use it. But Star Wars, I will be picking this game up. Not yet. I want to see it on a Steam sale. Then I'm gonna pick it up. But the thing is, like, I have so much games right now on my plate, Jmaine. Like, even like to be honest, it kind of missed this window for me. Now I can wait. I waited this long. At this point, I can wait. I can wait to.
And plus BG spoiled the end anyway. So
he did? Oh, what a bum! I didn't see it.
I'm gonna post the videos on the timeline. Yeah, it's over. Like,
oh man, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
I know one of the twists. So you know what I mean. I ain't in no rush, but I do want to get back to it because, like you said, we love the first one. So it's definitely something that I want to play through. But yeah, man, you developers, get y'all shit together, man. Stop fucking over the day one buyers, man. We deserve the best.
Speaking about a game being beta testers, have you seen the new Cyberpunk stuff?
Oh my god,
that's another game. That's another game
Cyberpunk
that we got
looking good.
We getting the real version now, bro. We getting like this is what the game was supposed to be, yo.
Yeah, they got vehicle combat in the game now. Like, what the hell is happening? They done revamp. I think I saw like a little artwork that CD Projekt Red had posted that talked about all of the upgrades that the game is getting. And
it's so what I'm hearing, it's a lot, bro.
What I heard too is that the upgrades is like the pretty much the 2.0 patch is what I'm calling it.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called too. I think they've been referring it to that as well.
Yeah, 2.0. That's supposed to be happening actually before even Phantom Liberty comes out. So
the base game. So the base game is gonna get all of that. Right.
So I'm gonna go back, and that's free. Yeah, that's free. So the free update, you get redesigned skill trees and perks, revamped cyberware and new capacity system, vehicle combat and car chases, combat AI improvements, a whole new police system, UI and UX improvements, loot items and crafting changes, and new radio stations. Like, what the fuck,
bro? They made a whole new game, bro. Like, what's going on, bro? Oh my god, bro.
It's sick shit. It's sick shit.
So how do you feel like if you bought the game day one and you played it, then later on, like, it's just 10 times better? I guess you could play it again because games can be enjoyed multiple times, but your first time experience is the one, right? Like, that's the one that you remember, right? So You know what? I'm glad that I actually didn't finish Cyberpunk. I got pretty far, but I stopped playing. I stopped playing because my Pan-Man was walking in the air, and I just stopped playing. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I was tired of my car, calling my car. It literally falling into the ground of the world. I was just tired of all of that shit, bro. I was tired of all of that shit. So I'm like, I'm done playing. I'm done playing.
The main objective dude, he fell through the ground, and I couldn't continue the mission. That shit happened 3 times. I'm like, yeah.
I'm done playing, bro. I'm not playing this game. So that was my experience with Cyberpunk. I know some people say, oh, yo, I had no problems, but me, I had problems. I had problems.
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on here real quick, Kofi, because I'm starting to look at these things now as they're treating these single player games as games as a service. Like I feel like the game is like about to get ready to come out, and like you know how they say when they go gold. They know it's shit fucked up. They know it's shit.
They know. Of course they know, Jmaine. They know. They know.
We're gonna fix it later and like introduce it as some new shit to the people to get them re-excited to come back onto the game. And then you might have some of the developers that'll throw a DLC out. Because now look at it. We bought Cyberpunk for $70 or $60 at launch. Now they're coming back with this whole free update that's getting everybody excited. Oh shit, it's 2.0. And on top of that, they about to throw a paid expansion out for $30. So now we about to spend more money to go back into a game that they fucked us over when it first came out. So now we about $100 deep into a game that was fucking broken and should have came out today. Fuck, I sound like, oh no, it's Alex. I sound like fucking, oh no, it's Alex. Now this is some bullshit.
This is why I do gotta pat PlayStation and Nintendo on the back, at least when it comes to their first party games, because typically when a God of War come out, when a Last of Us come out, when Uncharted comes out, when a Super Mario comes out, it's the full package. I've never had that kind of experience with them, that they just release half baked shit for their premier games, like, you know what I'm saying, their exclusives on their console, like the in-house games and shit like that. So I gotta definitely give credit where credit is due, and I do believe that the developers that do release a game complete day one should be rewarded. That's not the games that y'all should run around and say y'all gonna pirate and do all sorts of crazy shit. Those are the people that we need to reward with our money. You know what I mean? The games that are running good is complete, full package. Those are not the games that y'all running out saying, yo, you're gonna do some scandalous stuff with those games. You know what I mean? You have to give those games their respect and their just due. You know what I mean? So we got to shout out those games that stand out as well. Indeed, for doing something that should be a basic practice, by the way. It should be just, everyone should be doing this, but we're in an era right now. Yeah, we're in an era right now that we just get half-baked shit, and that's just really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate.
Yeah, so
Cyberpunk. I'm definitely gonna be playing it. I'm looking forward to it.
You beat the original or no? Said you had.
No, I said I
stopped. Okay.
I stopped. Too much glitches for me. So I'm gonna get back to it. Well, in other news, Jmaine, we got some more information, some details about Final Fantasy 16, one of the better games that dropped this year. We officially got news of the definitive version is coming out, and we're going to be hearing more details soon. And when I say definitive version, you know what version I'm talking about. The PC.
Yeah, the Switch version. Oh.
The PC version is coming out probably next year. I'm assuming next year. It's not going to make it this year. No way.
Nah.
I think we're going to get details, but I'm going to say, Jennifer, I'm going to say March or April. I'm going to say March, April. I'm going to say March, April.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think they have this thing ready. I think they capping, bro. I think they have this shit ready.
You think the
mostly
language
ready?
Just to get the PlayStation fans excited? Because they sure.
No. They're acting like they haven't worked on it. They're acting like they haven't worked on this shit. Yeah. Nah, it's all for PR shit. I think March, April, this game's coming out on PC, bro. It's going to be like March, April.
Yeah, 100%. Especially when you look back at it now in hindsight, because with the whole they talked a good game about them focusing on the PlayStation version. Meanwhile, the performance mode was fucking ass, and it's still ass to this day. They talked about, utilizing the PlayStation and the power, all that shit. So I'm hoping that they was working on two other versions at once, because what else is there to explain why the PlayStation version is still ass?
They got that shit cooking, bro.
And so the PC version gotta be a thing at this point. It has to be. Because ain't no fucking way.
Lynch DJ believes it's gonna be a full calendar year. I don't think so.
A full year. Nah, the only reason why I don't think
so.
it's gonna be that early in the year, Kofi, is because they got Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth still coming out.
But I don't feel like I don't think it conflicts though. You think it conflicts because that game's gonna be only on PlayStation. This is just a PC release of a game that's already been out. That's just more Final Fantasy. That's just more Final Fantasy in the news in general. Like that's good for them.
That's a good point. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Look, listen, it's coming out next year. That's a fact, though. It's coming out next year.
Yeah, definitely coming out next year. Yeah, I just think from a business side, I think Square Enix should just try to spread their shit out. Like, even if it gets more people to get on the PS5 because they're like, all right, I gotta wait a couple more months for the Final Fantasy 16 that's coming out in June. I'll just go ahead and pick up a PS5 to get the Rebirth shit because it is PS5 exclusive. You know what I mean? Just little stuff like that I think could give them a couple more sales rather than putting shit on top of each other where people could be satisfied with a PC version coming out right next to it. Yeah.
Well, we're assuming that Rebirth is gonna release at the top of next year, like maybe the first 2 months, like January, February type of release. That's what I'm assuming. You know what I mean? Because they said winter, right?
Yep, which can lead into March, but first few months.
Jmaine, it's quite funny. I was actually going back and I was watching that trailer. First of all, they don't have a 4K version of that trailer for some reason. It's only in 1080p of the Final Fantasy
what trailer?
Rebirth stuff. Final Fantasy Rebirth. They only released a 1080p version. But I'm looking at that joint, man, and I'm very curious on these next generation features it's gonna be in that game because it does very much resemble the remake on PS4 to a T. Like it didn't look like there was much like graphical like changes at all between the two versions. I don't know if they're just trying to keep it to line it up the visuals, but the visuals look very, very, very similar. But I'm looking forward to the game though.
Was the Final Fantasy 7 remake, was that 60 FPS on PS4?
No.
On the Pro?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I think it only got 60 FPS when that integrated version came out for the PS5.
Yeah, when they brought it over to PS5, then it got 60 FPS. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
I'm not really.
Well, at least you're leaving Midgard now, right? So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more open areas. I'm just curious to see how much like bigger the areas are going to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be way more exploration in this version versus the last one. Because the other one was kind of like, corridor-y type of style of gameplay. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't much open areas and shit. So I'm curious to see how that game's going to turn out. But I'm definitely going to be picking it up day one. I'm looking forward to playing it. They said
we get 2 DLCs.
Yeah, we're saying getting DLC for the game. I will beyond that. I did really enjoy Final Fantasy 16, man. Despite the issues that I do have with it, I did really enjoy the game, man. I really enjoyed
boss fights, dog. I finally got to that one boss fight that I was thinking I had was gotten to already. Fam, that might have been one of the best boss fights I ever experienced in my fucking life. Like that shit was incredible. So I was literally like stunned at some of the moments in that fight, just how it just kept elevating like to the next level. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what really can go on? What can happen next? Like that, it was amazing. It was amazing. Like my PS5 was sounding. I took my headphones off.
It was making some noise.
It was loud as shit. I was like, God damn,
that's crazy. Yo,
I didn't even think to take him off. But my man's like, he was already like nervous about playing this game because he was hearing about the people's shit's overheating. I was like, it's not really going, bro. It wasn't real. So I took that shit off. I'm like, yo, this shit is loud as shit. Like, damn. Yeah. But no, that boss fight was amazing.
Yeah. What's it called? I was, Game Awards is coming around the corner, and the conversation is coming. Like, the conversations are picking up about like, yo, what's gonna be the contenders? From with your time with Final Fantasy 16, and just looking at the landscape of games that are out now and are coming out, do you think Final Fantasy will make a Game of the Year nomination? I want to ask the chat that too. Do you guys think Final Fantasy 16 will make a Game of the Year nomination? Remember, there's only 6 games that could being there unless they increase it this year to something else. But typically it's
Right.
only 6 games. So can I
Shit,
get a
this
yes
might
or
be the
no?
year.
Can I get a yes or no, please? In the
For
chat.
me, I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
You
it's
think it
gonna
makes
make
it?
I do think it makes it. I seen your tweet too about Resident Evil. What is it? 4 remake.
Mm-hmm.
I think that makes it too. I think
That
that makes
has
it now,
to.
too.
Ooh,
I think
that
it
has
does,
to, bro.
I think it does.
That has to. That has to, man. There's no way. That's one of the standout games this year. That's like literally one of the best games this year, hands down. Like,
Right. I put my remake nomination bias to the side, and I'm like, yeah, because 2 made it, but I know 19 was a different year, but
yeah.
still, it did make it, and this one is rated very high. So
And Final Fantasy VII Remake made it too.
yes,
apparently.
that did make it as well. Yep. So they
And
don't.
the
have,
funny thing,
clearly
and
they don't have that remake bias that I.
there's
do.
no, yeah, there's
So
not this, there's
remakes,
no remake
if it's
bias
great,
here.
they
So
gonna
like,
put
I
it
know why
in
people
there.
are saying it's a remake. And the funny thing is, yes, it has like Final Fantasy. Resident Evil 4. They changed a low-key a lot. Like if you go back and play the original, like they changed some story beats and some boss fights that weren't even in the game.
Gameplay
Like you know what I mean?
elements,
Like they
too.
changed
Gameplay
so
elements, too.
much. I just
Yeah.
can't see them not getting a nod for this. It's literally the highest rated game on Steam this year. I don't know.
Right.
I don't see them not getting the nod and not being nominated for Game of the Year just because simply it's a remake. No, I think they put way too much work in it. I think Dead Space is going to be the one that's going to be left behind because I feel like the conversation for Dead Space kind of came and went.
Yeah, that shit definitely came and went.
Yeah, that came and went versus Final. I keep on saying Final Fantasy, maybe because it's playing right now. But for Resident Evil 4, that shit stuck around, yo. Like a lot of people really enjoyed that shit. They're about to make a VR version, Jmaine. The people who love VR, they're about to make a VR version releasing. Nah, bro. I think that's definitely getting nominated for Game of the Year too, 100%. I don't think it's gonna win, but I think it's gonna get the nod. 100%.
I agree. So Dan, we kind of got. I guess we kind of got what? Oh, you don't kind of 100%. You don't agree on Final Fantasy 16.
You know what? I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't think it's gonna make it in Game of the Year. I don't think it's gonna make it. It's a great game, but I don't think it's gonna make it. I don't think it makes a cut, to be honest.
I personally, because I'm so like up and down with that game, just like how the game plays out itself. Like it's so many like peaks and valleys, like we said. But I don't know, because we have to like look at it from an industry side, and I don't know, just what they did with them boss fights, man. I think like that is something to be applauded for.
I think action category and actor category, they're probably gonna win those. Because I'm trying to think of another game that had like great voice acting, but I think this dude, the dude who played, I think his name is Ben.
Oh, that plays Clive.
Who plays Clive? I think his name's Ben.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
it is.
random
It
name.
is.
Okay, I think he did a fantastic job with the voice acting in the game. I think he's probably has a really high chance of walking home with the award. But I do think Final Fantasy 16 is gonna make noise in the action category. Do I think it's gonna make noise in the RPG category? Hell no. Hell no.
That's definitely most disappointing RPG of the year. Like,
nah, because when it comes to RPG elements in this game,
at all.
nah, bro. It's good. I think it's gonna make noise in the action category, not the RPG. No fucking way. Not this year. Not this year with Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, Sea of Stars, and Diablo. Like, I don't think it's gonna make it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna make it. But I think it got two awards. That's gonna so another question. I think this is gonna lead us into our next conversation.
Sure.
You think Starfield will get nominated for Game of the Year? You see the conversation surrounding on the timeline. It seems like everyone and their mama is on a crusade to tear this game down. So
no, I think it's a little 50-50. I'm seeing a lot of praise for it too. Shit, David Jaffe just called it like his top 3 game of all time. And that's one of his favorite single player games ever. And this nigga made God of War. Like this, he going
and
crazy.
We're seeing Alana Pierce saying Corey Barlog is enjoying the game. You said they were talking about it for 10 minutes. You see that clip? Holy,
I see it. It was getting on her for not liking it though, or for certain elements of it. I can't say she don't like it.
Yeah, it's not a perfect game. It's definitely not a perfect game, but
no.
we gonna get into it, but I do want to ask you guys that question, and I want to ask the chat this question as well. Do you guys think Starfield would be nominated for Game of the Year? Take your hate boner away and just look at what it's doing. Right now, all the records is breaking, all the achievements.
I do.
You think they're gonna just be like, nah?
No, I can't see a world where Starfield doesn't make it.
It has to. It has to be nominated for Game of the Year. We're like, how? It's too popular,
like,
bro.
That's what like.
And Xbox haven't got one. They're definitely gonna put that shit in there, bro. Xbox haven't got one, bro.
Xbox has not gotten one in so long.
They're gonna put it in. They're gonna put it in.
It's like this Starfield game is like a feel-good story for Xbox right now. This is, I feel like the industry is rallying behind it to be like the turning point for Xbox. It reviewed great, actually, like it was what 87, 86 right now. That's still a great score.
So a good score.
It's not, it's not sounding like Bethesda's best effort in terms of like shifting the industry. But I think it's enough to get them in there. Like I think the conversation, the story. A lot of times these nominations be about the story of a game, like not the actual physical story, but just the story surrounding the game. You know what I'm saying? Like how MVP be for NBA. Like NBA sometimes it's about the story of the player.
The storyline. The storyline of Starfield is important.
Of it.
Yeah.
So I think the story around it is 25 years in the making. Todd Howard this, Microsoft bought Bethesda that. It's like all of that shit. It just leads to a feel-good story for a lot of people. I feel like to nominate some shit like this.
I 100% think it's
regardless of what I feel about the game. I think it's just gonna be in there off that alone. That alone.
Yo, Jmaine. But funny thing, the game was a good game, bro. I know a lot of people are Yo, bro. Let me tell you guys something in the chat real quick. A lot of the people that are on a heavy crusade, pointing flaws, talking shit, trying to tear this game down.
You think they're
playing the game? They're playing the game still to this day. They're on it. They're on it. They're playing it. They're actively playing it. How do you play a game 20 hours deep into the game
and so the pros?
Bro, I'm telling you. Listen, last podcast I only had 4 hours in Starfield. This podcast I have almost 25 hours in Starfield.
Oh yeah, you way ahead of me then.
People,
fuck it, let's just get into it.
The game is good. The game is good, people. It's a good game. We
could talk about some of the numbers and shit first.
Yeah, if you like Bethesda games, if you actually completed Oblivion before, if you played Skyrim before, I don't see how you can play this game and be like, it sucks. I just don't see it. If you had enjoyment out of those games.
Anybody saying it's trash is full of shit. It's not trash.
It's not. The game is not bad.
You can't say it's trash. It's like you said. It's elements of it that has its cons, but it's not trash. I feel like I want to talk about it, but I do want to talk about these numbers and shit first. Oh, you want to save that for after?
You know what? I wanted to get our thoughts of the game before we get into what it's doing, because since the last time we actually got hands on this time,
right?
More hands on.
So you way ahead of me. I was gonna say let me go first because you way ahead.
Yeah,
of me.
Go ahead first. So what do you think
of an experience with the game? So I'm like 5 or 6 hours into the game, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't left New Atlantis.
Worst looking city, by the way. That's the only part that looks at the game that looks bad, to be honest. New Atlantis outside doesn't look good, bro. That's my only critique. It don't look good outside there. Everywhere else looks amazing. The funny thing, the interiors of the game look amazing.
Yes,
the lodge looks amazing.
I think interiors, period, in this game looks
really
the level
good.
Of detail in the interior,
really fucking
the outposts,
good.
The ship, the suits, all of that shit that they do on the interior. Good. Amazing work. They
something
really
about New Atlantis. It's just I don't know why everything just looks so flat. The floor, the shot, I don't know. It just looks off in New Atlantis. But as soon as you walk inside anywhere there, it looks amazing. It looks amazing.
Right.
So it's weird.
So my thoughts so far, I got fucking trapped in the damn cycle that I didn't want to happen with this game. But I guess that's a pro, because I told myself that I was gonna try and beeline this story because I didn't want to get to the point where I felt overwhelmed about all the icons or all the missions and the side shit on the map.
A lot of shit to do, man.
I'm doing shit and shit is just popping up. I'm walking around New Atlantis and random shit just popping off and it's leading to these quests that I'm going on that's multiple missions. So I'm like, damn, I'm never going to get a chance to get back to the main story because these quests don't fucking end. Some of these shits go on for missions.
He just leads another one.
I'm dog. And I feel like it's going to lead me off the planet. The only reason why some of these quests stopped is because I got to a point where one of the quests I had to break into an apartment and I didn't have no more of the lockpick shit. So I was like, all right, I must just stop right there. The other one, I had to get past a certain security guard to get back into like a storage area, but I didn't have like anything to sneak back there, and then I failed the whole persuasion shit. So now I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave that alone right there. But like that's just a point that these quests can lead you off the beaten path. So far, things that I'm loving about this game is the level of detail, like we just talked about, in terms of like interior designs, spaceship designs, things like that. Like they just go
a lot of
above and
little
beyond
attention, a lot of
and shit.
attention to detail in
Yeah,
this game, bro. Just even just little
absolutely,
stuff, bro.
absolutely.
Can you
And
imagine
that's
there's like
shit that
developers just making all these little things that you pick up that like there's like literally no
you can
use
do
for this
shit with.
shit. Yeah, but like
Right,
it's like
right,
just little shit, like little random
right.
shit. Yeah,
But the thing that gets me though about Bethesda is, I mean, they got attention to detail in a lot of stuff, but then it's
in
like other
some
stuff
aspects,
that
right? But
it's
other
like why. Yeah,
Mhm.
like shit like
I understand.
footprints and getting wet. Like, why is that not
Yeah,
there? But you could do shit like flush toilets. Like, I don't I don't
like
I
a
don't
yeah,
understand their
yeah,
attention. I guess their
yeah,
attention to detail is more interactivity rather than like the visual aspect of things.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
they rather
exactly.
you focus more time on being able to interact with little things rather than seeing things like footprints or getting wet that don't really mean shit. Other than like
Yeah,
probably a
just
little
it's
bit
just
more
visuals. Like it
immersion.
looks cooler. It just looks cool. Like ooh, like you know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So far I haven't done much, but I did like the spaceship combat system where you have to like allocate certain
Allocate. Yeah, I'm
resources.
starting to love that shit too. I'm loving
Yeah,
that
I,
shit.
I,
That
I
shit is
like I
fly.
like that a
That shit.
lot because it makes it a little bit more of like a game in itself, like that you have to figure out. If you're getting attacked, you might want to put more shit on your shield, but if you want to go on the attack, you be a little bit more offensive. You gotta level up your lasers and missiles and shit like that. So I do like that. Something I don't like about the whole space system period is that if it doesn't feel intuitive, I think is the word that I want to use there. Like you go out into space and when you're trying to get to a planet, you have to go into the menus and then jump to there. You can't like fly to a planet even
Well,
if it's close by, like in
Man,
the same
see,
solar
I figured
system.
this late, and I want to give you this pointer. And maybe some people don't know this point. Not every time that you want to go to a new solar system, you actually have to open up your menu. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I know. You
You
can
know
like
about the
go to the
waypoint.
mark,
You know the
yeah,
waypoint, man. Press an A. Okay.
and
I didn't
go
figure
into
that. I
that.
didn't figure that out. At least 3 hours of playing, I didn't figure that shit out.
Oh, nah, I definitely figured that out. But it's
Oh,
just
okay. Okay.
it's just
Okay.
it's just a lot of like menus in general that you
Yeah.
go through in
Yeah.
this game,
Yeah.
and then the loading and shit like that. Like it's like damn. It's every time you go into like buildings and shit like that. There's
You gotta
loading here. There's
load
loading
it.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Thank God for
goddamn.
SSDs today, man. Yo, back in the day,
I,
you're playing Skyrim and shit, trying to go in buildings
yeah.
and shit. Like that shit will take a little bit longer, bro. That shit used to take longer. So thank God that we got
Right.
SSDs today, man.
Right. So, I mean, on PC it's probably much better, but even
Yeah, yeah. I've
SSD
been
on the
playing.
Xbox is like,
It's a little slow, huh?
it's still, yeah, it's still got
It's a
long,
little
long
slow.
ass loading times in the games. Um, what else can I say about it? The customization I think is really good, whether it's creating your character, upgrading your ship, doing different, building the ship out. Like, I don't even want to get into like building my ship. Like, I'm
I haven't
not.
even started that shit yet. I
I
haven't
don't.
even
I'm gonna
done no
just buy
out
ships.
build
Like
on,
I'm not even like trying to get into
bro. I haven't even
customizing
got
my
into
ship.
that
I'm gonna
yet.
just buy shit. It's so much to that I just know I'm gonna get overwhelmed. I don't want to get there, but I give him a thumbs up for having that much customization ability to it. Some things I'm gonna just go over real quick that I don't like about the game. Character models, I think they look absolutely horrible. Unless they're
Jmaine,
like the
you're just
main
wrong. You're not.
characters.
It's not in the correct lighting, Jmaine. It's not in the correct lighting, bro. You're
Oh,
wrong,
it's
bro.
artistic,
You have to be in the correct
artistic
lighting
decisions.
to see it, to see how good the character models looks. I can't believe
I
they
actually
came out
think
and
the
even
game
said that.
does have some pretty good lighting though. Like
It does
some
at
of the
times. Yeah.
yeah, at times I think the lighting is on point. Um, the gunplay in first person, I think the gunplay is good. I third person, I can't get busy with the third person like
Me either.
period. I
Me either.
just it's not serviceable at all. Like at this point, it's been relegated to me using it just to move around,
It's
like in
just the
open spaces.
exploration. Yeah. And
Yeah, like I
screenshots.
thought.
That's what I use third person for. When I'm in, as soon as I
Yeah.
get into combat, first person all the way, bro.
Right. So
Yeah.
it just feels much better when you're in first person with the combat and stuff like that. So yeah, like gun combat shit like that. Some of the like the colors in the game, like no HDR, like at least no. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the HDR, but the shit don't look right. Like the colors to me
Mm,
look like washed out in certain
mm,
areas,
mhm.
and it has like this filter on the game where it makes it look I don't know, like almost like brownish gray. Like I don't know what's going on, and there's no settings in the menus for HDR, so I don't know.
Yeah, something's up
They
with
gotta do
that.
something with that.
Yeah,
They
something's up
gotta
with that.
fix that. But you know, like I said, I'm only 5 or 6 hours in the game, so I do plan on kind of focusing more on the story next time I play because I'm definitely getting sidetracked right now. But even the
Mm.
sidetrack stuff, it leads to so many crazy things. Like, dog, I was on a side mission and I thought I had to go into one of these people's apartments, but I made the mistake. I didn't even have to go in there. So I broke into the apartment. Why a fucking big ass robot dog jumped out of the apartment and attacked me and started whooping my ass? I was like, yo, what the fuck? I don't even know what the fuck is happening. So I kill the robot dog. I go into the nigga's apartment. He dead on the floor. And then so I'm like, what the fuck happened to him? I
It's
go
like a
into the
mission, the whole mission, huh?
it was a whole like series of events I'll go into his computer and read his emails. Turns out these niggas were selling these robot dogs on the black market. He bought one, well, went to go try and
This
buy
is so
one.
sick, yeah. No,
He
bro.
fucking stole the dog from the nigga that was selling it. And stole the dog from him, goes back to his apartment. He's like, yo, you got to pay me my money or you're going to end up dead. Dude was like, what you going to do? Tell the cops? Like, you can't tell on me. You selling illegal shit. The dude was like, you don't understand. These are robot, like remote active dogs. Like, we could do whatever we want. So I guess he programmed the dog to kill him. Like, this shit was crazy. I was like, yo, this whole like beat off the beaten path mission type stuff
That
is
shit is fire in
so
this. It's
good.
super fire.
It's
It's super
so
fire.
good. It's like, dog, I just want to like go off the beaten path crazy wherever I go because it leads to mad good shit.
Yeah,
So
I'm telling you, I
yeah,
haven't really been going crazy with the constellation missions at all in this game. I might have done like 4. But I
yeah.
signed up to become a US Vanguard or UC Vanguard or whatever it's called. And I
Mm-hmm,
signed up
mm-hmm.
to be one of the freelancers, like, and I've been doing like those missions. There was like a hostage situation one that was pretty fun too. And you could try talking to the hostage situation in one of the cribs and one of the cities, and you have to use the persuade ability to talk them to maybe walking out and shit like that. But yo,
Right.
at the time I need to upgrade my persuasion too high, so I was pretty trash at it, right? So I had to
Yeah.
break in from the back, yo, and it was like a whole shootout. Like this little shit like that in the game was just it's just a good time, man. Like I'm really fucking with Starfield. I can't even lie, bro. The game is damn good, bro. The game's damn good, bro. It's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say about the game. Like, I'm gonna definitely keep playing it. I think it's good
And the
so
graphics is
far.
beautiful. Oh my god, there's the times.
I think
Listen,
it's
there's
hit or miss.
times.
It's hit or
No,
miss. It's hit or
there's
miss.
times. There's times where you're right. New Atlantis, it don't look good. There's times where the game looks buns, but
Right.
I think there's been more times for me personally playing, and I'm like, wow, I could drop
Mm,
screenshots right now. I could drop, wow, like this shit is beautiful.
right.
And
Yeah.
and I am playing on PC with the ultra wide and shit like that. You know what's crazy?
Max
I
settings and
I,
shit
t- I
like that.
typically I typically turn off film grain when I play all video games.
Oh, you have it on?
I kind of like it with the film grain on, bro. I kind of
Ugh.
like it. I
Actually, I
don't
can't even
have
say,
it.
oh, I
I
don't
don't
even know what it looks
I
like.
don't
I
I don't
turned that shit
I
off
don't
immediately.
I don't have it 100%, Jmaine. I do have it at like 50%. Bro, this shit kind of
Right.
adds to it. I'm like, hold up. This might be the first game ever that I kind of like film grain on it. I feel like the shit look kind of fly with film grain on it. I don't know what about it. I don't know. I don't know. But I've been having a really good time with Starfield, man. I don't know, man. I think the hate is pretty excessive. I think people are trying to prove something they're trying to prove something so heavy that it's bad. I don't know. Once again, I really do believe that if this game was a multiplayer, the reactions would be totally different. I really do. I don't care what nobody tells
Oh,
me. I think
do you
I
see a
really
lot
do.
of the hate from the PlayStation dudes, or you just see it in general? Like,
You know what? Obviously, the PlayStation centric gamers that I come across on my timeline are typically, most of them are bashing the game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Most of them are bashing the game, and I think it seems like the media is enjoying it for the most part. Like, there's a couple of odd ones, like clickbait titles and shit. But I think
Mhm.
overall, the media and the critics' reception is pretty good for Starfield. That's why I also do think it will be nominated for Game of the Year. The only reason why it kind of is at that 86, 87 mark is only because of GameSpot and IGN. Low key, bro. If they gave it like an 8 or something, this shit would be sitting at a pretty high. You know what I mean? Like 8 or 9. It
Probably
would be
like the high 80s. Yeah.
it would sit pretty high because Metacritic is weighted. You know what I mean? Like those
Yeah.
sites reviews are a thing. So, but I'm
But
having a
I
fucking
think
good time with the game.
they have I think they did have valid complaints with like especially with the space travel and the space
Mhm.
system. It doesn't feel like it just feels like it's like its own separate thing, and it feels almost like hub based. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
I do
we
agree
spoke
with
on it
that.
last we spoke on it last
Yeah,
podcast
because
when I
I
played it.
hadn't played it yet at that point, but I was just going on with the review. But I agree with them 100%. Like the spaceship does not, in a game like this, you kind of want the spaceship to feel a little bit more, and intuitive, I guess, or like more, seamless. It don't feel like that in no aspect at all. Like no aspect at all. Even I know we seen that video floating around with the Alana chick. She tried to fly to a planet. It took like 7 hours. She got there and
It
she
was just
flew right through the
pixelated. Yeah,
planet.
because
Yeah,
obviously the
it's
game's not
not
meant to
real.
be played. It's not meant to be played like that. Yeah,
Right.
you can, but it's not meant to be played like that. So
And for
it's
me personally, like
mhm.
if having this game on a smaller scale would have helped with making it more of a seamless experience, then I would have wanted them to go in that direction. Like I really would have
I
because
think see, I think that would
that's
have
one
added
of
a
my
lot too. It would have added a lot. But this game would have been super crazy if it let you really just take off and fly out and land anywhere. This game would have been super
yeah.
crazy for all the attention to detail that they got going on with like the interiors and all sorts of shit. That'd been really impressive.
If that is the trade off, because I don't know, I know they got a lot of systems that I saw one video nigga had like 100,000 potatoes and like
Yeah, those physics
vault
look,
and
even though
yeah,
stupid,
like
those
what the
physics is
fuck?
pretty crazy though. It's pretty crazy. I can't
Yeah,
even lie.
I do think it's cool that like when you do something in one planet and you can go play the game for 30 hours and come back to that planet and the shit is still like how you
Hmm.
left it. Like
Hmm.
that type of system in place, I do think it is cool. But I just wonder if that system in place is what causes this game to not have something like a better space travel system or
Hmm.
whatever. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like
Hmm.
if it's too much for that to be a thing. So I like the game, man. I really do,
So
and
far, you liking it. I like it too.
I want
I
to
like
keep
it too.
playing it. Like it definitely gives me that Bethesda feel. Like I remember back playing Oblivion, and even when I played a little bit of Skyrim a few weeks ago, like I definitely get that feeling while playing it. So I know
Yeah.
me personally, I'm gonna enjoy it. How you feeling about the main story? Like, are you feeling like you you
So
you
far, the
like
main
that?
missions that I have done have been pretty simplistic in the sense
Okay.
of we're looking for obviously these artifacts and trying to all the pieces of these artifacts. So far, my main
Yeah.
enjoyment hasn't been from the four or five main missions that I've done, but it's actually the side quests or like I said, like you join in this group and you're doing the missions for
The
them have been
factions
actually
and
been
stuff like
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
I think they're called terramorphers or terra something. Like there's these creatures. I don't know if you did that shit yet. That attack
No,
the
not
city,
yet.
New Atlantis. Okay, so when you join the UC Vanguard, then you're gonna see what I'm saying. I think that whole storyline is pretty interesting. People who are playing the game know what I'm talking about. I think that whole storyline with the Vanguard shit is pretty dope. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of the game. It really does have some good quest lines that
Yeah,
is
I
really
see
good.
that. I see that sentiment though a lot. It's like a lot of the side shit be
It's
where it's
fire.
at.
But
Where
I think
it's
that's
at.
like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I think that's like a thing with Bethesda games because when
But
I think about
Bethesda.
it, when I think
Mhm.
about my time that I play with Skyrim, it's like a lot of the shit that's not part of the main quest is fire. Like when you go join up with like some of the groups that let you turn into a werewolf or like shit like that. Like
Oh yeah,
those are
like the
always like the cool
brotherhoods and
shit.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was always like the cool shit in Bethesda games. You know what I'm saying? Like that was always
Hmm.
the fly shit to me.
Yeah.
So I do like that that this game
I think
has a whole
I
lot of
do
that.
think yeah, they probably do that on purpose to encourage exploration because that's where like the game shines
And you
at.
get dope shit too. You get some
Yeah.
pretty dope rewards and some dope shit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. Yeah,
Starfield,
man.
what
So
else can I say about this game? What else can I say about this game at this point, bro?
the how do you feel about people's complaints about like not having like a mini map when you're in the cities to like find like vendors and stuff like
Oh
that? Do you feel
yeah, I
like that's
seen that. You
been
have to read the
cumbersome?
signs. You have to read the
Yeah.
signs.
That shit, I had to do that on one of the missions that I was on. I couldn't figure out like how to get upstairs, and like it was a big ass sign that said upstairs on
Yeah.
one of the side of the
Yeah.
walls. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right. I see.
Yeah.
I gotta pay attention. This is not gonna lead me to
I'm
where
not
I
really
need to
too mad
go.
at I'm not too mad at that. I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think
I don't think I am either, because people had that
I don't
problem
either.
with like Control, and I was fine like reading
yeah,
the signs in Control.
yeah.
Like I didn't have an issue with that.
I definitely felt like navigating the control was even a little bit more annoying to me personally. I remember navigating was a little bit annoying, but so far I haven't really had too many issues with Starfield in terms of like, you know, getting lost and shit like that. You know, you do have to just open your eyes and just read the signs and, you know, and pay attention. I think the AI, the AI in this game,
Oh yeah,
definitely buns, definitely buns. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Yeah,
Definitely buns.
the AI is
not the
definitely bad.
greatest. It's not the greatest.
Nah.
Well, once again, someone has to point out an RPG shooter that actually has like great AI. I don't know. I feel like I played a lot of them. I always remember them never being good though. I don't know what's up with these type of games that they can't get the AI good in them. So let's see with this Cyberpunk update. Let's see how they improve the AI, because the AI in Cyberpunk wasn't good either. Wasn't good either. So I don't know.
Yeah, like what? That's a good point. Like good
Something
question.
about
Like,
something about these
why are the AIs bad?
RPG
Like,
shooters are just so, the AI is so bad. Like, do they just, is it like an afterthought for them? Maybe, I don't know. They're just like bullet sponges, yo. Typically,
yeah. A lot of times they like not even reacting, or they do dumb shit. They run all the way to the back of the building and fucking just stand there.
Bro, I had to chase some guy for the longest in Starfield, bro. I had to chase him a hot minute, bro. This guy just ran, bro. I'm like, holy. But yeah. All right, so but Starfield seems to be performing pretty well, Jmaine. I think on Steam it hit like 260 concurrent players on Steam alone. And Phil Spencer came out and said himself that the game has reached 1 million concurrent players, so 1 million people playing the game at once. I think he tweeted that. Was it today or is it yesterday?
That was yesterday.
I'm losing track.
Yesterday was that million.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah. So yesterday, 1 million people played the game across all devices. That's Steam, Game Pass, and Xbox, and whoever's playing this on fucking cell phones and tablets and Samsung TVs.
And TVs.
I'm pretty sure the number is low. I'm pretty sure. And a lot of people were scratching their heads like, damn, like, yo, this shit got 1 million concurrent players, and we seen the high on Steam was like 260. Does that mean that like a lot of PC players are utilizing Game Pass?
That is, I was thinking that too, because for something like Fallout 4, like that shit, I know Fallout is a more known franchise, but even something like that, which is Bethesda's last big effort, I think that game peaked at like 400,000 on Steam. So I thought Starfield was gonna surpass that, and it didn't. So I was like, where the hell is everybody else playing it at? Like,
so take this in, Jmaine. Remember that we got this report saying how like Game Pass had more users on PC than console. Remember some shit like that? Remember wasn't it like 15 and 10 million?
It was growing.
Nah, we had a number. I know I'm not bugging. It was like a number tied to it.
It was.
Remember like 10 to 15, like 10 million on like consoles, like 15, something stupid like that. Or look. Yeah. Hold on.
I think it was 15 on console and 10 on PC at that time. But I think they said it was moving, like growing faster. Oh no, you're right. It is 15 on PC.
You see, 15, yeah, and people were scratching their head and like, yo, there's actually more Game Pass users on PC than console. People were scratching their head.
You're right.
Remember some shit like that?
So previously it was reported that Game Pass cost 25 million, and now as of this report, which was April 3rd of this year, Game Pass has reached over 15 million on PC. So yeah, the Game Pass on PC is more popular than the console shit.
That's actually kind of surprising in itself. Wow. You know what I mean? That's surprising in itself. But so maybe they're utilizing that shit.
That could explain, because we also got numbers today that there's 6 million people playing that are,
the players that have logged on and played the game. 6 million that's logged on and played the game, not at once.
6 million.
Yeah,
right.
Not at once.
But we know like Bethesda games are very popular on PC.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
And so to look at the Steam numbers at only 250,000 or 260,000 concurrent is like.
So is Microsoft's goal being achieved right now? Is their goal being achieved, trying to get people on the Game Pass? Because unless they're coming out lying about the numbers, and I really believe there's no reason why they would even do something like that. Why would you even do that? Right?
About what?
That's like lying about like the concurrent numbers. Like that's stupid.
Oh no.
I know, obviously coming out telling the truth, right? So it would have to be a large bulk of people are literally just playing this shit on Game Pass PC, bro.
Yep.
on the
Which is
PC side of
interesting.
things.
I
That's
never thought it would
interesting.
get to that point because a lot of people would be like, "Oh, the Xbox Windows Store is
Stores
trash.
trash, right?
Yeah, we're not playing it on
Right?
there." But I think this might be the one that's getting everybody to try it out on the Game Pass shit. Man, Game Pass is a hit on PC.
I guess so. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty damn interesting. So 6 million players. Wow, that's not bad. And Bethesda's coming out and saying that this is their most successful game. And a lot of people are questioning that too. It's like, yo, but Fallout 4 did like 12 million in like 3 days or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I don't know what metric they're going by, but they're saying that, you know, Starfield is their fastest selling or fastest most successful game or whatever. They're coming out saying
So
that.
if I'm not mistaken, Fallout 4 shipped 12 million in the first day.
Shipped.
So yeah, so what makes it a difference is that this is actual people that played it versus shipped. So shipped is
Ship numbers. That means like, okay, we
shipped
sent it out to the store.
to stores, right? So that don't mean 12 million people bought it on the first day.
That is
They
true.
shipped out
That is
12
true.
million.
Yeah.
So 6 million players being their breakout. That makes sense. Like that breaking the record. I mean, I'm sure a lot of those people are playing this shit on Game Pass, so it's not like anything impressive.
Money, they pay money for it. But then again, like the early access of this game, Jmaine, I think there's some people who were doing whatever kind of math or analytics, and they found out that like maybe like 2 million people were playing the early access version.
Yeah, I did see that.
You see that?
My only pushback with that is it was based on a smaller sample size of a couple 100,000. So they kind of like extrapolated the numbers from that. So
I'm sure the game is
yeah.
making money. I'm sure the game is making. I think it's safe to assume the game is making money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know people are trying to say all of a sudden a million concurrent players. Like, oh my god, like. I've seen the craziest shit when it comes to Starfield. I've seen people shit on the title screen. I haven't seen no shit like that before. I've seen people try to downplay 260 concurrent players. Yes, it's not the biggest we've seen before. Baldur's Gate and Hogwarts did more, but 260 is nothing to shit on either. It's pretty good.
And that good. I think on Steam before launch, the Steam it was like what 2 something as well.
That's before launch. Yeah, that was before. Yeah, that's early access. It was 2 something.
So that's still a lot of money right there. That's like what 2? Yeah, if the $100 edition, I know people get it for cheaper prices, but somebody had to pay $100 to get.
Yeah, someone's paying.
Codes.
So I'm sure the game is making money, bro. Yeah, I'm sure the game is making money. I'm sure they're looking at this as a success. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
People,
just the way they report their numbers now, it's like, we can't really take much from it. But
until they come out and be like, yo, Starfield is sold this copies, then I guess
they ain't gonna do that.
And they're not gonna do that.
Unless it's some like record breaking, like wow type of numbers. But
yeah, if it's not something that's super impressive, they're not gonna come out and say it. I think that's like the only way they come out and talk about numbers at this point. You know what I mean? Right. It has to be something crazy, like, oh, Starfield sold 10 million in 24 hours. They're definitely gonna say that.
Yeah,
Microsoft, they'll run out and say that if it was something crazy like that. They'll definitely run out and say that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, shit, they seem to be happy with the numbers. A lot of people, I mean, the whole fucking timeline is talking about this game. Like that's one thing you can't take away from Starfield.
Negative or positive.
Whether it's PlayStation, negative Nancy's, Xbox, like everybody is fucking talking about this game. So like it's definitely doing what it's supposed to do in that aspect. And I don't know, we'll see. Like I haven't seen like this the conversation get to the people that don't really game like that. Like like when Elden Ring was out and everybody was fucking talking about that shit on like Facebook. Like I had people that only play Madden and 2K and GTA.
You know what I've seen though, which is probably a positive sign for this game. I've seen like these Twitter posts like Daily Loud. Like these random like. I've seen like a couple of them tweet out about Starfield. You know what I mean? I've seen a couple of them like report some of the numbers and shit like that. And when I clicked into the thread, of course there was a man saying mid, but there's a couple of people in there saying like, yo, what? I've been hearing about this. Like I've seen a couple of tweets like that. So who knows if this game if this game's gonna kind of break through that kind of audience. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of audience. A wide, the super mainstream guys. Let's see what happens. But I'm sure the game is going to be a big win for Microsoft at the end of the day. And I do believe it will be nominated for Game of the Year, but it's not going to win. I think it's going to be nominated though.
Oh yeah.
What award do you think it would win? If it was gonna win out of all the nominations, the categories exactly, what would it win? I can't think of one. You think it's gonna be like a situation where it's in a couple, but like it doesn't win?
Oh fuck!
It might be, right?
Oh shit! I think so.
It might be.
It's not going to win RPG of the year. That's not going.
I think that's going to Baldur's Gate. It's a given at this point. Yep.
I'm trying to see what other categories it could be.
There's is it gonna win action? No, it's not gonna be there. Is there adventure? Is there a category for adventure games? Let me see.
Yes.
Game award categories. Let's see. Let me see what type of categories they actually have because I'm very, very, very curious.
Right, we got
Starfield would actually be
best adaptation.
Okay, all right, there we go. It definitely Best game direction. I think that's a possibility. It could be in that category, but will it win? I don't know. Best art direction. I don't know. I think it could be in there. Best narrative. Do you think it will pop up in that category?
No.
Best narrative. Oh, you don't think it's gonna get a nomination for even story narrative?
No, not from the conversation I'm hearing from everybody that the story is just whatever.
Best score and music. You know what I will say? Starfield's music is not hitting like Skyrim's music to me.
I like the Starfield music. That's one thing I forgot to mention. I like it a lot. Like
for me, the music is not really. It's cool, but design. It's not Skyrim music. I'm sorry, it's not Skyrim music.
I think the combination of the music and the audio design of the game, I think it is like I like it a lot. I think it's top. Like even when you like walking around your spaceship and you hear the noises that the ship is making, like I'm paying attention to stuff like that, and
that stuff is cool, Jmaine. I'm just talking about like OST.
You just talking about like, strictly music?
Yeah.
I like the main theme at least.
The music hasn't really been a standout thing for me, and I be looking out for that in my video games because I think I regard music really important in video games. I feel like that's the emotional draw when it comes to video games. I think that's the emotion right there.
That's definitely a part of it. That's a part.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you play a game like Ori and the Blind Forest, and you hear the music in that, I think that's what connects you and makes you have those types of feelings and shit like that. Like the emotional connection is through the music. That's how I personally feel. I hold music really high in video games. I think it's really important. I think that's what takes the games to the next level if your soundtrack fire. And that's what really be memorable because I can listen to a record right now from Persona and it brings back all the memories from my experience and makes me want to play the game again just by hearing the soundtrack. I think that's when you know you have an amazing soundtrack for a game. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Best perform? No, it's not gonna be. Best action game? Best action adventure?
Adventure. It's action / adventure, so I guess it could be like either or. Combat combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Ooh. I don't know about that, Chief.
Yo, will it be Starfield being nominated but no awards?
I can see that happening. I can see that happening.
I can see it happening too. I can see it happening too. But low key, this year, a lot of games are gonna get snubbed though.
For sure.
Let's take it in. There's too much heat this year. A lot of games are gonna get snubbed this year.
For sure. Wait. Yeah, nah. Oh, that might be Hogwarts Legacy. Thinking about for action adventure. That might.
A lot of people feel like that's gonna make game of the year. What do you feel like? I want to ask.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think it was just extremely popular because of the name.
It's not gonna get in there.
Yeah. The whole J.K. Rowling situation and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, politics alone.
I don't think it's gonna make it.
Avoid that shit like the plague.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna make it because it's just gonna bring like. I think it's gonna be in there, but not for the conversation for the game of the year, though. You know, I don't think it's gonna make that.
Yeah, nah. Art direction. I think
that's a possibility. I think it gets nominated for that, but not to win. I don't know. What's out there that's super artsy right now? You know, there's gonna be some indie game or Sea of Stars or some indie game that's gonna take that.
I think even Hi-Fi Rush can get in there for art direction. I think that's a nice art style.
That's a good pick. That's a very good pick. I don't know. All I know is we're gonna be front row live streaming that shit here for the entertainment. It was gonna be a good time. It's definitely gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a crazy fuck. Like even the nominee announcements is gonna be nuts because that alone.
That's gonna make a lot of noise.
That's when a lot of shit gonna get snubbed. Like right there off the bat. you're gonna be like, God damn, like that didn't make the cut. Like what?
Yeah. And where
Yeah.
does Alan Wake fall in all of this too? Like, is that game going to turn out to be super fire? Like the first Alan Wake was cool, it was decent. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like nothing
I
like.
like what I'm seeing from the second one. The second one
Yeah,
looking
me
like
too.
gonna be on
It's
point.
looking like they took a lot of inspiration from Resident Evil.
Oh hell yeah.
It just took a lot of
Hell yeah.
inspiration from Resident Evil, bro.
Hell yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that as well. Quickly, I do want to read some super chats before it becomes too much. And YouTube actually has a tab now for super chats called funding.
Oh yeah. I see that.
Thank
see
God
it
for
on
this.
my
Now it makes it so much easier for me to go back and look. And this one's from Rufflemutt with a $5 donation. He says the next console is going to be the first console developed under a new team since Iwata was heavily involved with Switch development before he passed. We're gonna get into that conversation next. Thanks for the super chat. This one's from Ocean18. He says, "I can buy a Series X for $300. Should I do it just to play Starfield?"
Yes.
I think you should do it not to only play Starfield, but to play the other games that they got coming out too. Because I think after this,
Liza P gonna be there too.
yeah, I think after this, there's gonna be a couple of other games that Xbox is coming out that you should look forward to. I think they got Avowed, they got some other shit too coming. So if you get a Series X for $300 and you're a console gamer, you're not trying to look into PC, I don't think that's a bad deal at all.
No.
Arcade has been a member on this channel for 29 freaking months. I appreciate it. He says, check new numbers, Kofi. They at 6 million. Yeah, 6 million people have played the game. Not concurrent though. Not all at once.
Right. Yeah, that's because
it's a difference. It's a difference. Yeah, it's a difference.
So the 1 million on launch day, it topped the 1 million concurrent players on launch day. That was across everything. It hit over 200 and I think 60 million on Steam concurrent.
Yeah.
On launch day, and then it surpassed 6 million players total.
Yeah.
As of today.
Yeah. Damn, I wish Microsoft just gave us the sales, bro. Just be like, yo,
yeah, they're all over the place with these fucking numbers, man.
Just give us the sales, bro. Shout out to Jay Harvey with the super chat donation. He says Starfield got Beast Hunters. You know who else got Beast Hunters? Hunter x Hunter. Starfield will win best Xbox game.
That's not even a category.
I think that's the the nominations that they do off, like the awards they do off the show. You know what I mean? Off screen for like the Grammys when they just like they tweet about it or some shit.
Right. That's the awards they attach to the sponsorships. It'd be like, Axe presents the best Xbox game, Starfield. yeah, that's the type of shit they'll do.
Retromatic says, speaking of music, Drizzy finally giving us FATD.
For all the dogs.
That's what it's called, for all the dogs. What I think it's for my dogs. For all my dogs. Okay, I'm looking forward to that album. I'm looking forward to the album. I think it's coming out. What is it not next week? 2 weeks from now.
2 Fridays from now.
Yeah, the way he's promoting this, it better be a really good album, man. I'm hoping it's a rap album that we've been waiting for.
I don't think it's gonna be a rap album though.
You don't think so?
Nah, I don't think Drake can do just a rap album.
Why not? He did a fucking dance album, a straight up dance album.
Yeah, because he was trying to tap into another market. I think when it comes to his hip hop R&B bag, he likes to blend them shits too much. Not that he can't personally do it. It's just I think he likes to blend the shit too much. Like I don't
mind if he's singing on the hook a little bit. He has to bar us up. But I'm just, you know what? I think his closest thing to a rap album is if you're reading this is Too Late. I think that's probably his closest thing.
Yeah.
To a straight up rap.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's the shit with Future, right?
No. If you're reading this is Too Late. That's a joint where I got a lot of energy.
Oh yes.
I think that's his closest album to a straight up just like rap album.
Oh yeah, I think most of my favorite tracks on that album is rap songs. So
yeah, I think most of it is rap songs on that. Thunder.
What was the shit with Future called? What the fuck?
Jumpman. Those boys up the. What's the fucking album called, man? Diamond.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. That's it. Yeah, my memory is so shit. God damn. Thunder with the super chat donation says, "You guys hear about Todd Howard saying there is nothing wrong with the PC version of Starfield. I think I did see a clip of that going
Oh
around on the internet.
yeah, dude said he was kind of pressing Todd about it not having not being optimized on PC at launch. And Todd
He said
Howard was
he
like,
said upgrade your PC. What you
yeah,
say?
he said, yeah, it is optimized. You might just have to upgrade your PC. I said, oh shit.
Hey
So
man, hey,
Howard
I'm
got
playing this.
gangsta on that nigga.
I'm playing this. I'm playing this joint. I'm playing this joint on a 4990, and he ain't lying. Yo, my shit kind of fine, bro. My shit kind of fine, bro.
Nah, even the 4090 be dipping down to the 50s and shit like that. I be seeing
Hey,
that shit.
not since I put that DLSS mod on that shit. This shit is clean.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? They had that was a whole thing too. The whole DLSS mod, the dude that was selling the mod, motherfuckers pirated the mod. But
yeah, PC game is shameless, bro. You already know how.
no, but
happens,
they kind of not. I kind of get it though, because like PC gaming, like part of its foundation is the modding community, like that.
And this is free
like,
shit.
Yeah, it's like free shit.
But see, this is the type of attitude the consumers need to have, not to get really bent over. Why do you think PC gamers are not paying to play online? Because this is the type of attitude they have. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't have to deal with the casuals like we do. Like we the hardcore people that we the ones online, we the ones in forums, we the ones on social media. PCs don't have to deal with a casual market that just wants to get off of work and play a couple hours and buy the new 2K with all the latest VC. They don't have to deal with that as much as we do, because they were built off of the online community, the forums. That's how they were built. So it was a lot of, like hive mind mentality. We don't get that luxury on consoles. So it's going to always be a fight against that market, and we'll never win. we could scream to we're blue in the face, but it's going to be hard for us to win that type of fight when they're getting all this money from people that just don't give a fuck. They just don't care. But yeah, it was like a DLSS mod that he had put behind a paywall. He also had like DRM on it. So yeah, they cracked that shit.
They cracked that shit, put it out free, bro, for the people.
Free.
For the people. Hey man, that's how PC is. It's for the people. Shout out to all the people watching the podcast. We appreciate you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the conversations. You know what I mean? If you are, hit the like button. We really appreciate it. Helps us in the algorithm. You know what I mean? And if you're new, if you're a first time listener, say something in the chat. We definitely want to shout you out if you are a first time listener. We're going to move on to our last topic of the night. We're going to talk about this new Nintendo console that's coming out, or probably being revealed very soon, Jmaine. So there's rumors going around that the next Switch, its successor, was actually at Gamescom, and Nintendo was showing it off to developers at Gamescom.
Yes.
Do you believe these rumors to be true, first of all? I think where there's smoke, there's fire. We heard about this. This is not the first time we're hearing about this.
Right. I do think it's true. Because I do think the next Switch is here. Like it's going to be here really soon.
Coming out next. It's coming out. If it's coming out next year, which we all assume it is coming out next year, obviously they're gonna have to have the dev kits out to developers earlier to obviously whether if they're porting games or create new games. So obviously they're gonna have to be showing these this console to the developers by now, right? They're not gonna show it to them next year. They must have some hands on by now. And what we heard is that it was running the Matrix Unreal Engine 5 tech demo. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that shit was pretty demanding. And for the next generation Switch to be able to run that tech demo, that means it should have some beefy hardware in it. And I'm looking.
It was
forward
also
to
using the DLSS upscaling technology
as well, which that should work magic for that device as well, because DLSS is amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
That's the question I have. Like, how far would I don't know if it's going to be like a custom DLSS solution.
I saw something running. I saw
Switch.
something 3.1. That's what the paper that I read.
3.1. Okay, so that means
3.1.
It would have frame generation, which makes sense because frame generation, you get them high ass frame rates with that. So I could see it running something like the a Matrix Awakens demo. Damn, that's interesting. Then, oh shit, with the ray
That's what I'm
tracing and
saying.
all of
That's
that.
actually that's actually very exciting because the fact that the Switch is using Nvidia shit, so they have access to DLSS and all its awesome features. So it's just very exciting because we know what it does on the PC and how much
Right.
improvements like we get in performance, like how much performance gains we get from just turning it on. So
Yeah.
the games that were like struggling on the Switch, like games like Breath of the Wild, and apparently that they were doing a tech demo of Breath of the Wild, like a souped up version of it.
Yeah.
They were
Higher
showing that off,
resolutions and frame
higher
rates.
resolution. So that's very very exciting stuff. I cannot lie,
And the
because I
good thing
think
is like the Nintendo games, like at least first party wise, they never like really targeting like realistic graphics and shit like that. So
so. You already know
getting
it's gonna be
those
six. This should
games
be
is
60. All that
60.
shit
It
should be
should.
60.
It should be 60. And then with DLSS, I mean, oh, could the Switch 2 be 120
Nah, I
hertz?
doubt it. I don't think so. I don't think that's
Nah.
Nintendo because Nintendo. That's like not Nintendo's stick. What I'm most curious about more than anything, and I think we talked about it on this podcast as well, is that I wonder what's the next gimmick. What's the gimmick for this
I heard it's supposed to have a
console?
camera, but I don't know if they're gonna tie something around that with the camera shit.
Because Nintendo's not selling just a beefier Switch, and that's it. It's gonna have to
Right.
have a catch. It's gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Joy-Con, well, it's gonna have to use Joy-Cons, I'm assuming, because of backwards compatibility. Or it's gonna do something different. It
Did,
has to.
did the Wii U gamepad have a camera?
I think it did. I think so.
Did they
I
really
think so.
utilize it for anything?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I
But
don't
the whole
remember.
gimmick for that one was the dual screen gaming though. That was like the thing
Right.
for the. It wasn't the camera, right? It was the dual screen gaming. So I'm really curious, like what they're gonna sell us with this new Switch, and will it even be called a Switch? That's my next question. Will it even be called a Switch? Will it be called something totally different? What do
Super
you think?
Nintendo Switch.
You think they should keep the Switch branding? What do you think, or do you think they should go something totally different?
If they're gonna keep the Switch branding, um, oof,
Do you think
I
that's
don't
a
want
good
them to run
idea?
into a Wii. I don't want them to run into like a Wii U situation, but I think it's going to be very similar to what the Switch did. So I think you have to keep that branding because that is going to be what it does. It's going to be something that you could take on the go or
Funny thing is,
dock it at home.
the funny thing I could see Nintendo calling it something totally different. I could 100% see
Yeah.
Nintendo calling it something totally different.
I could too if they call it. They might name it something after whatever this new gimmick is going to be.
The new
I can
gimmick,
see them
right?
doing that. Yeah, I can see them doing that. I can see that.
Because the whole
So whatever.
Switch was like what the docking thing, but if this already docks, maybe
Right.
it's the new gimmick. They'll probably Nintendo. I don't know, but I could see it
Yeah,
being named something different. You know what I'm trying to say? I could see it being
I
something
think
different.
I think that's the route they go. Then it is a Switch 2, and in theory that you can dock it, you can take it with you wherever you want to go. Joy Cons come off and shit like that. But whatever the new gimmick is, too, make sure people don't get it confused with like oh, it's the same thing as it was before. I'm fine. I don't need it. You got to call it something else.
Gotta call it something else. That's what I think. I really
Yeah.
do think it's gonna be called something else. I really do.
Yeah,
That's just a
I can see that
prediction.
happening.
But I think Nintendo just to issue it like usher in like a new this is a new console type of situation. Like this is totally new. I
Right.
could see them even calling it something else. Well, we gonna see.
DLSS.
We gonna see.
DLSS, man.
We got a super chat donation from LeBron Go 23. I appreciate it. He sent $3 Canadian. I appreciate a fellow Canadian. Yeah, that's love, bro. Is there any other details from the whole Switch thing that we did not discuss? I heard it's gonna have 12 gigs of RAM.
Oh, really?
That's what I read that somewhere. It's gonna have 12 gigs of RAM.
This shit about to be shitting on the Series S? Hold up.
Oh my god! Wait, doesn't the Series S have 12 gigs of RAM?
Nah,
I think that's what it
10.
has. Oh, okay. No, and like 2 gigs like allocated for like the system shit too. Ooh,
Yeah,
I think that's what I heard.
8 is allocated for games and 2 for the OS. This should have 12. That'd be fucking crazy.
If this new Switch has more, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I think that was another rumor that it was something about it running Final Fantasy VII Remake on it.
Yo, if Final Fantasy VII Remake comes to the Switch before Xbox, that's just cold, bro. That's just cold, man. That's nasty work. That's nasty.
I can see that.
Work.
I can see that happening. I can see that happening.
That's nasty work, Square
happening.
Enix, yo. Y'all doing Xbox dirty, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah. So the insider said that it runs Final Fantasy VII Remake like a PS5 game. So we can assume that's what, like 60 FPS, because that's how the PS5 runs Final Fantasy VII Remake. Maybe it probably won't have as high resolution, of course, but it will have at least 60 FPS. So
yeah.
And that could be with the DLSS shit going on.
Jmaine, do we hear about it this? All right, so before we get out of here, do we hear about it this year or next year? That's my last question. Do we hear about this new Switch this year or next year?
That's interesting. How did they do the last one? They had their own event, but that was earlier within the year to do. Oh, this is interesting. Do they wait another year and drop it at the end of the year?
I'm thinking we don't hear about it this year. I'm on the side we don't hear about it this year officially from Nintendo. I think we hear about it top of next year. You know why? Because I feel like they got too much going on. They dropping a new Mario game. They got the Super Mario RPG. Like
they got bundles and shit coming out. Like,
yeah,
even though it's the same old bundles.
They just announced a new like a red Mario Switch OLED. Right. Like I feel like announcing your new console kind of steps on that a little bit. You feel me? I feel like if anything, we get a unofficial leak this year. But I think Nintendo really talks about it at the top of next year. That's my educated guess.
Yeah,
I think we hear about it next year, not this year.
When they did that Switch event, was that in 2017 or was that?
I do not remember. Bro. I would have to Google.
I don't think it was that much longer after Nintendo. What was that shit called? The NX? The NX?
The NX at one point.
NX.
Yeah.
First look at the
LeBron
Nintendo
Go 23
Switch.
with a super chat donation real quick. He says, I think Walmart Canada is shipping out MK1 Premium early. My copy is coming tomorrow, apparently. That's dope, man. That's dope. That's super dope.
So the first look at the Nintendo Switch was actually October 2016. So that was like 5 months before it actually came out. 4 or 5 months before. Yeah.
Oh, then it's definitely not getting revealed this year.
Not getting shown this year.
Not getting revealed this year.
Yeah. I would say I doubt they would even, because sometimes people like bringing their shit to the Game Awards, but maybe a little tease at the Game Awards, maybe.
You know what? I could see some. If it's gonna be announced, it probably would be there. Following Microsoft's suit from doing that. But I don't know. I feel like Nintendo would just do their own thing. I do. At the same time, I do feel like they love doing their own thing. So I don't know.
Or they can like tease it and like announce like a big blowout reveal date with the tease at the Game Awards. That's the most I could see them doing this year. If not, then yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah. All right, man. So that's pretty much all the topics that we wanted to discuss this week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversations. Once again, hit the like button. It definitely does help get the podcast seen by more people. I want everyone to send some prayers to my boy Meds. He got into a really fucking bad accident. I think he broke bones in multiple places in his leg. So y'all send prayers to my boy Meds. That's why we didn't have a Patreon podcast over the weekend because I had to let the boy recover and shit like that. But we'll be back once maybe I think this week we'll be back this week.
For sure, heal up, Meds, definitely.
So shout out to Meds, and I'm glad that you're alive and nothing super serious happened because shit could go really
now. He
left.
can't come back from. So
yeah, So we should be grateful for that. That you're alive, bro. All right, yo. With that being said, we're gonna hop out of here, man. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show, and you guys have a great night. All right, y'all be safe.
Peace out.